Hi, Smooth Science friends. It's Smooth Science Girl. I hope you're having a great week. I'm going to continue my fascination of pumpkins with talking about physical characteristics and chemical characteristics, or I could say physical properties and chemical properties. And you know what? One of the best things that we do as scientists is make observations. And you know what? We make observations, and a lot of times we just sit and watch. You know what? I don't think we do enough sitting and watching. Okay? Stopping and really watching. Sometimes you can do that just with people and observe people and their interactions. Sometimes just sitting and watching birds at a bird feeder. That's all ways to practice observations. How about going outside and just listening to the frog calls at night, or listening to the birds, or noticing that your cat maybe meows a little different, or when food is involved, or anything like that. It's all about observations, okay? Taking in your surroundings. And so that's one of the greatest things we can practice as scientists. So I'm going to use my friend the pumpkins, and I'm going to show you some of the physical and chemical properties that we can actually try. So physical properties are using our senses. So our sense of sight, our sense of touch, our sense of smell, our sense of hearing, and of course our sense of taste. So I can do a lot of visual, physical properties. So I can talk about the color. Not every color of pumpkin is the same. There's darker orange, there's red orange, there's white, all kinds. How about noticing, is it a smooth? Because not every pumpkin's smooth. Sometimes they're bumpy, or they look like they got warts on them. Isn't that crazy? Sometimes the stem is a different color. Now this one's brown. Some stems are green. In fact, you could talk about the shape. This one's a nice rounded shape. I can talk about, this one's kind of soft in the back. That's not so good. If I were to dissect it, carve it, I could talk about the physical characteristics inside. I could talk about the smell. Because right now, nope, no smell. So this doesn't smell from the outside. But do you think the inside smells? Probably. So the inside, could you talk about the way that the inside feels? Sometimes pumpkin guts inside. Now I say guts, but it's the pumpkin, the stuff in the center. Sometimes it's real slimy and juicy. And sometimes it's real dry, which is really weird. So you can talk about that. You can talk about, you can measure, measuring is all physical properties. Measuring, measuring the physical properties, like height of stem, the weight, how many seeds are on the inside, what's the size of the seeds, all of those. So let's practice some more physical characteristics. Are you ready? Okay. You can do this right along with me. So this is one of my favorite pumpkins. Can you see me? This is one of my favorite pumpkins. So I just want you to notice how big this is. Okay. Compared to little pumpkin. Okay. But I want you to kind of notice. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Oh, look at that. Huh. Isn't that interesting? So I could talk about the physical characteristics. This pumpkin is actually like a cream colored and a white. It does have ribs on it. You can kind of see them, but it's really kind of bumpy. Okay, it's not smooth like that other one. This stem comes up. It's real, it's got those on squash, it kind of gets those how do I want to say, little pokies, kind of like on a cucumber, you know that there's pokies. You can do that. In fact, in the back of this pumpkin, this is actually all green back here. Look at that. Look at the top of the pumpkin. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Ha! And look at the bottom of the pumpkin. It's got a bigger stem. That's kind of weird. Huh. That doesn't look like this one, does it? Huh. That's really interesting. So can you think about, and this is really heavy compared to the other one. So can you think of all the different physical characteristics that would involve? So, or physical properties, okay? Now keep in mind, physical properties are things that you can observe without changing the substance itself, okay? So can I check to see if this would float without damaging the pumpkin? Sure, I could. Could I, now, granted, I've got to cut the top open to look inside, and that technically would change it, but I'm just observing, so I'm not making it. But do you think I could check and see if this pumpkin burns and then go ahead and reverse that? No. In fact, that's not going to work. And in fact, really a chemical property, what happens to your pumpkins after you carve them open and they're all exposed to the open air? They get funky. They get funky. Oh wait, that's not a good thing, is it? They get black and they get mold inside, and maybe you found a way to prevent that. Okay? But a lot of times that happens. You know, it's kind of like ripening fruit on your counter. It kind of gets funky. Okay? So chemical properties are really properties of how it interacts and things that it's not going to go back to its normal. It's almost like chemical and physical change. Okay, so this is not probably going to do really well if you were to light it on fire or put acid on it. That's not going to work. So how can we do something with chemical properties? Well, how about a chemical experiment? So there is a way to make pumpkin slime. Okay, and I am going to share the recipe with you on Facebook, okay, that you can go and make some pumpkin slime. In fact, I'm going to have Muth Science Gal maybe tomorrow work on some pumpkin slime. So it should be really, really good because slime is so much fun to make, isn't it? And if you have pumpkin, why not? Right? Pumpkin slime. Wouldn't that be fun? So practice your observation skills, scientists, because observation skills are what great scientists do. Observation skills make us great students, okay? And looking at the world around us, we start noticing things that we've never noticed before, which is super cool. So stay sciencey, friends. I can't wait to hear about your observations. Bye-bye.